Welcome everyone to Hydration Break, another amazing episode 8. Here with me today, the Croat is back. So we will be talking about many topics today. We have so many of them that one of our members is even stuck in traffic. So we will try to get also with that. But we will start with the amazing, that nobody knows, week of Greenland championships. If you know, guys, because of the global warming, Greenland League, it's only 17 years old. And this year, because of not places like where they could actually do it, at least 4 to 5 teams withdraw from the tournament. So it was like one group with the, I would say 5-6 teams, and all the games were from the 3rd till the 5th.
They became part of the MLS after
and that it goes also there. They applied for, they got refused by UEFA.
Mm-hmm.
So they are now, they are still CONIFA. And if you don't know what is CONIFA, we can do an episode only for that. Is the membership where there is Friuli, Abkhazia, Sicily, Turkish Republic, Northern Cyprus, I don't know, Republic of Pushkas, you know, all these great countries together. And there is also Greenland. And no, they applied for CONCACAF. That is the for North America. But because of some orange guy, at the moment, it's still on hold. For that, this week, I don't know if Kostya can give one of the amazing photos or videos that we have for the Greenland League. This is quite normal that I send you photos if you have. This is quite normal that people withdraw from tournament, and I'm sorry for my Danish or the Angutik in Masut Ikisamik. That's the league name of 2026. Started only with the 4 teams, is the lowest number, and the hosts are Agriac Manisok, 2 of the Nuuk team B67 and ET79, and B44. So basically, one group, 3 games, semi-final, 1 final, and 2 teams were finished tied with 7 points. The G44 and B67, and that's the photo that I have, that I send you if you find it. And it was an amazing draw with an own goal and a goal from far. But you cannot see that because there is an entire rock covering the camera. So
look at that.
If Kostya has it, yeah. This is one.
Look at that.
You can check it in our chat. There is one field. There is one field that the rock completely covers half of the pitch. So these games were for free on YouTube. So I'm sure Gergo could have watched like in the middle of night with everything. But at the half of the game, when there was the 1-1, you couldn't because the camera just went on the rock. And it's one of the photo. Anyway, the 3rd place went to the host, the Asiak that killed, I would say 5-0, the ET69. And the final, as said, was won by the B57, that is the 17th title in Greenland League. Once again, if you would see the pitch, it's a bit, it would look like Braga, not like in the same way that is built in a cave, but more on the way that we have that because of a glacier melting down. It's something that should make us think about, that the Greenland League should not be even existing for the last 70 years, but it's there. And of course, the week before was done also the female, of course, because patrocinated the female one, and it was also won by the G54.
No, Freddy, amazing story. Like, really, thank you for bringing this up. I think these are like the stories that we looking forward to hear on this podcast, really underground stuff. And these were the most spectacular, probably, pictures of the fields I've ever seen. And but these teams are all local, right? So they are visitors.
There are three cities. three cities in this time, because most of the team were basically resigning, or it's a bit hard to get the amazing locations, and it's not so easy to arrive from one part to another of the country to stay in the same day. So also this.
I think you said that if this time there was only 3 teams, but say there are like 1 month of competition or 2 months in the future, it means that the global warming is really happening, right? So this is like a clear indication or signal that things are actually going worse if the Greenland is even melting and can do the season of championship. Yeah,
the season we say like we saw it now, but it's officially like 2 weeks in the most hot season of the year. So yeah, it's not a good thing that should happen. I think Greenland League should not exist, or if it should exist, maybe compared to our good one Norwegians, or I would say Faroe, that we know all the teams.
So I believe this just shows all our viewers and subscribers how seriously we took it when we said this is the most international football podcast available on YouTube, not only because of the analysts in it, but you see we visit all unknown parts of football world, from Greenland to who knows, maybe the next episode is about the Himalayas and the new football pitches being built up there thanks to global warming, obviously. I believe that is the most information I can say about this subject. However, yes. I would say...
I found the photo.
Oh, look at that.
So this was, I wanted to explain, this is the final game, and half of the game you don't see because it's like this.
So this is the opposite of what, let's say, FIFA president, which shall be addressed later, represents regarding money-hungry football. This is just plain amateurism at its best. But I believe we need to hear the best details from a person in this podcast who actually has Greenland in the background or someplace near it. What do you think, Andre?
About what? about Greenland or combustion station?
How beautiful this little piece of extra football information is.
Yeah, because in Croatia, currently you cannot leave the apartment if you don't want to risk major sunburn. It is cool that they have a football league. Maybe only good conditions to play, because a lot of leagues started today, but conditions are terrible. They should, I don't know, wait until the beginning of September to start. It's not really normal, especially for the southern part of the Europe.
Yeah, and I heard that in certain North Croatian cities, some parts of the stadium are even hotter than the average summer heat. Let's say it like that.
Yeah, that's because that part of the Croatia comes into connection with the southern supporters of the most supported club in Croatia. And it is, you don't mix those chemicals, you know. Yeah, they're quite flammable, so some parts of the stadium goes ablaze.
What happened? Varaždin played against who?
Varaždin played against Hajduk, and they put prices of the tickets very, very high, because the Hajduk is most covered or commented club. It doesn't matter if you are a supporter or if you are against
or not.
Yeah, everybody is writing, everybody has an opinion, and everybody is like they want to beat them, or just want to make them, I don't know, suffer. And then the opposite supporters of the Hajduk, they are like alone against everybody. So yeah, and they have.
But it was interesting game, no?
Yeah. Varaždin even won. Varaždin is a nice.
1-4, right?
1-4.
Yeah.
Or so.
Yeah, Varaždin is an interesting story. They were kicked out of the first 3 leagues. I think they bankrupt and opened a new club the fourth division, I think, and they returned to the Croatian first league, and they are getting better and better now. Okay, I think two very young guys who are very promising, and they play really good football. Their icon is leading them, Nikola Šaparić. He was Bartek's icon, and he even played for Dinamo, I think, for some part of the career. Yeah. And about Croatian league, it is most likely it will be boring. It's Dinamo, or I don't know, even more than B61. What they just said.
No, we are doing the analysis on this way. You know, like the favorite, it's Dinamo.
Yeah,
and there is no doubt, and we know that. But you know, the other teams like who can be the chasers? Chasers can be, my opinion. You can put Hajduk for sure. And if you want Rijeka,
Rijeka
looking like the last season. What do you think?
Yeah. About Croatia, Hajduk kicked. No, in Croatian you would say kicks. Hajduk made the first two rounds. They didn't win, but in the Europe after 6 years, they finally won a away game, and it was against Žalgiris. So Žalgiris got from Dinamo and to Hajduk both games 5-0 losses. So okay,
they won 2-5 with Žalgiris.
Yeah. No, sorry, not to 5-0, but five goals from Hajduk and 5 goals from Dinamo. Yeah. So
what is happening with Hungarian non-politically, non-involved, not at all Osijek, who seem to be
they are first
not exactly on the ride of their lives, let's say that.
Yeah, at some time before the elections, things turned south for Osijek. Osijek was even in the relegation zone, but it seems that they, I don't know, some kind of recovered. But all those money that they wanted to put into, it won't happen. He was the main financier, and he is the president of the club. He was the right hand of the Orban, so I guess that. But
it's another reason why Israel teams are not playing in Hungary anymore.
Yeah,
I think the right kind of Orban is the Willy Orban, the only kind of Orban that
Willy Orban
is worth mentioning here.
Yeah. But Osijek has the nicest stadium in Croatia.
Then we should visit.
Osijek for me is one of the teams that I would say for the 4 places you have for cups is like cup dreamer. Let's say if they keep like a good season like there, that's a good start. For me, as you said, the relegation team were supposed to be the usual, like could be Varaždin or the Slaven Bilupot. This was one where the bad ones, but Varaždin surprisingly she's first in the league, so all my analysis went.
Yeah, they surprised everybody, and Slaven was also very nice. Last season they were very good. They had a guy who went to the Panathinaikos.
But they sold the scorer. So
the best winger or number 10. He was supposed maybe to go to the World Cup, but he wouldn't play for Croatia. But he's young.
What I find weird about Croatian teams is that like every second of them in their logo has this white and red chess again. Like they are so similar. Like everyone just, it's like a competition who will be more patriotic than everyone. And I don't think any other country has like, imagine Italian team, Bosnia as well. Imagine
Bosnia have the Croatian logo in the teams.
One part of the Bosnia has,
of course, but still,
one part of the Bosnia
has so similar with each other. It's just like
most of them either got rebranded or founded around the war, so it was good to put that in the headlines.
Ready. So we this week, obviously the emphasis that there are like some new leagues have started, like from the weekend. Portugal has started, Netherlands. So we have second Bundesliga, not the first one. I heard that you did a lot of research about Portuguese leagues. So please.
I
Tell us.
was waiting our favorite Portuguese guy for that.
We can
discuss.
we can take this later then. Okay, then perhaps.
But we can start with the connected to the Croatian success. We can start with the Champions League, Europa League,
let's do so.
and Conference League, because we will talk about
Perfect.
smaller teams. But let's say that we can start easily with the Champions League.
Yes.
I would say the biggest surprise of the week would be Yaya Toure winning with Slovan Bratislava, beating the Mjällby 1-2. Mjällby. But I think everyone says that he made very bad on the news in Slovakia. It's written that he made very wrong 11 start, and but he fixed it during the way, and I think lucky goal to win in the end. But I would say Slovan spent quite a lot of money this season, so would be a disaster for that. Other stuff for Champions League that are interesting: Sparta Prague beat Olympique Lyon.
That's quite surprising.
Interesting.
That's
Quite surprising.
Given how shitty Sparta does in their own home championship. like
This is it's total disaster. They are
Yes.
losing at home, but because they have also the supporters that they cannot go the first 2-3 games, so
True.
they are making a bad game. The Union Saint-Gilloise and Bodø Glimt was 3-3, and it was 2-2 at halftime. 3-2 for Union Saint-Gilloise at the 88th minute. But it was at 93rd minute, Bodø made 3-3. So it's two teams that, for me personally, both deserves to be in the group. It's a bit sad then when you will see, I don't know, Hapoel Beersheva in the group and not one of these two. And mention also for
you guys, may I ask a question? Do you believe in the success of Bodø Glimt this year?
They didn't sell many players.
I think the Inter fan has some hard time.
PTSD from last season.
Imagine.
But
don't you want revenge this season?
By the way, I support such a project like Bodø Glimt or the whole Norwegian project of, as we saw in the World Cup. But I was just thinking that yes, if they fail this next match against Union Saint-Gilloise, then their European season is kind of a failure from then on, and that's how punishing football is. But I want them to succeed because, again, it's pure non-profit hungry football again, which we all love.
I have to ask you about something that is profit of football. After Alvarez, most likely he won't go to Barcelona. So now the backup plan, they are writing that Lautaro could go to Barcelona. Is it possible? No,
not at all. I don't think so. So not just because Lautaro himself said it, that he would even retire from Inter, but I think he totally takes being Inter captain seriously. I think he's going to be at Inter until the age of 35, I would think, at least. So in short, no.
But he signed also renewal, eh?
Sorry?
I don't know when's the last time he signed a new contract, but it's still years ahead, obviously. So he's
they had talks. They had the talks before World Cup, so I don't think they even made Capitan. So
he's the last player that would leave.
I think so too.
Yeah, I thought so also that it is fake news, but who knows?
Big news are the players in Turkish, the Turkish league.
Yeah.
That's why connected back to.
Let's go back.
Fenerbahçe beat Sturm Graz.
Yes.
Fenerbahçe beat Sturm Graz, and Greenwood, Mason Greenwood, one of the greatest promise of football, plays for Fenerbahçe now, and made a great goal and a great game. Once again, if you play for Premier League and then you make a great game against Sturm Graz, it's not really. And I've been personally watching Sturm Graz.
He played really good for League One. Marseille, yeah. And is it true that Lukaku is coming to Fenerbahçe also?
He has to make the medical visits because of injury, but I don't know, the news in Italy are a bit scarce because he's not back. He didn't even went on one of the two retreat pre-season that Napoli has. So I think they will sell it, and we will see. It's a bit, he's like Conte boy. So if Conte goes somewhere, he will go there. Or Europa League.
Let's talk the transfers in the end later.
Later, okay. Europa League, the nice ones were Coups with Craiova. They managed not to lose, 1-1. What else? Thun with the Reykjavik, 3-0. Not a surprise. Again, our favorite Portuguese is not here. Benfica against Hearts, 6-1 in a 70,000 full stadium. But the best goal of the whole weekend was made by the Hearts guy. It was the goal for 1-4. So please, if you want to Google it, the guy is called Renault, and it's a very nice action from outside. I would say this is the best goal of the all European that competes. And we can talk about also the Omonia Nicosia with Lincoln Red Imps, that they were supposed to be out, and I know Kostya likes they didn't lose.
Yes.
They didn't lose.
Yes.
They draw at the 92
Honestly,
minutes.
Yeah, so look,
In
I
their
was
dream
that,
alive.
that evening, and I was like, just checking maybe some bets to make, and then I was like looking at Lincoln against Omonia, and it was like 73rd minute or something. It was 0-0. I thought like, oh my God, that's so easy. Like just Omonia must score against Gibraltar. And I was just like,
They did. They did.
Yeah, I was like, 1 second, let me check how. Yeah, just this story, and I'm starting looking at Lincoln Red Imps games, and these guys, they haven't lost a single home game this whole year. And I honestly didn't count or check how many games didn't lose at home, but it starts from last year already, because they were playing still in the main season of the conference league in the group, and they still didn't lose at home, right? And they didn't lose at home against Melbourne this qualification, and they didn't, obviously, when they play home championship, they don't lose. So just incredible. The Gibraltar teams that doesn't lose at home. So then, obviously, they also didn't lose this game. They were winning against Omonia, actually. So quite surprising result. Very interesting. Yeah, and just one last thing just to mention.
So guys, I had to go, but
see you, Andre. Yes.
The surprise.
Yes, and then it's a bit sad to see Hearts losing all the time, because last season they won so many hearts, right? I mean, I know you guys were supporting them. Like in other chats that I am, football fans were really watching them too. And no, they might be out even from, now they will be kicked out from Europa League. They might, I'm not sure. I think they will go one more round in Conference League that they have to play.
In conference, but the draw, to be honest, the draw was not really lucky. They could have get Hradec Králové, they could have get Klaksvír, they could have get Ferencváros.
Yeah,
they were not lucky.
Gergo was saying.
Gergo.
Yes, Ferencváros, the name just came up. I would like to emphasize once again the power of the Hungarian league, where the last team in the championship, currently Ferencváros, is actually easily beating Twente and Górnik Zabrze and teams like that, because they beat them 1-0 last week. So, of course, Real Madrid wished to come to Hungary and probably paid Ferencváros millions of euros just to be able to play them at this point. They're so strong. Or maybe it was the other way around. So actually, Ferencváros still played Real Madrid on Saturday in a preparation match for the season, and no relaxation for the second leg match against Górnik Zabrze, if I'm pronouncing it right. And well, there goes my half of my Polish subscribers. Anyway, so that's what happened regarding Ferencváros. Of course, they are last in the league because they played one match less, but still just 1 point from 2 games. Still, I will then return to the other 2 Hungarian teams when the Conference League subject comes up.
Yeah, look, this was perfect because I wanted to introduce the Lincoln for the story of Kostya, and the last game I wanted to say was the Ferencváros. So Perfect. You just hit on good. So we can go to the other two Hungarian team of the Conference League. That if I find it, because I have all the highlighted.
Debrecen lost at home easily to FC Copenhagen, but obviously that's a team with a big routine. And that brings me to our quiz question of the week, people. There is a Hungarian legend who scored his first header goal by his own accounts in his career at the age of 39 and a half. Who is this player? He is the record holder in Hungarian national team appearances in history. Of course, the legend Balázs Zsuzsák scored, not but in the Hungarian league, but he scored with a header. What a moment. And
he scored his first header
in his career.
Oh, yeah, because he's
at the age of 39
because he
and a
never
half.
scored with the head.
Yes, he's a left winger mostly, and so maybe. But
it's like if we would hear Quaresma scoring with the head.
Yes, or Quaresma not scoring from Trivela, that would be interesting. But still, then the other game is the powerhouse football nation of Latvia and their number one team, FC Riga, beat Győr. Győr had a lot of injured people, as far as I know. It's a 1-0 win. I still think if the injured players in Győr come back, they have a good chance in the second leg.
But the thing I know, it was written goalkeeper error. So check also that
yes, third minute own goal.
Okay. So also a keeper error for Győr. So I don't know. The Győr should have won the league. Then the coach wants to Ferencváros. He loses all the games, and Győr also.
Győr is Győr has a Mexican coach actually, to the surprise of everyone. Yes, and so far he hasn't found the common language.
The right thing.
Two players have been
balance.
sold already. One of the players was sold to AEK Athens, Vitalis, and we'll see how they perform. Too early to tell. So these are my 2 cents on the European Conference League.
Nice.
We can go with the rest. Bran against Apollon. Apollon Limassol won also with the keeper error. Bran is not the same as used to be last year in European Cups. I don't think they will qualify, but Conference League and bettings, of course, they always prove me wrong. So that can be like that. Inter Turku beat Vaduz 2-1. And this week there is also, but we cannot cover it because it's really very bad to cover it. So Liechtenstein Cup this week. So it's still with the B and C team for all the Liechtenstein. But we can cover that when we arrive to the semifinals. That is better. Noah draw with Sion. Jablonec beat Riga 2-0. That was good also because they get 2 new attackers. And I think they will do a decent season this year. And
wait, who did Jablonec beat?
Another Riga.
The other
Riga. Yes, that's correct.
There are 2 Rigas. One is Riga FC, another is RFS, and they actually head-to-head in the Latvian Championship. So, and the third team is Auda, who also won against FCSB. Now they won another game against the Albanian team, so they are the third team in the league, also from Riga.
I would say Latvian team, Lithuanian teams, Baltic teams are doing good in the
especially
European team. Apart this Zalgiris, I think the beautiful concert really killed the motivation, and they lost with Hajduk. A great return. Pukki scored with the Helsinki HJK against Motherwell. Never got good for a Scottish team. They got the goal at I think also in the last minutes. I wrote Dream the team. My favorite player, Pukki. What else? Dynamo Kiev has a new youngster that made 15 goals in 18 games, and Pono Marinko. Do I say okay? Yes. And they beat Karabakh. Still, I don't think they are playing at home.
Sensational.
Quite surprisingly, actually. Quite surprisingly, yeah.
No, Dynamo Kiev plays in Poland,
and that's why they don't play home.
Yes,
it's like all the Israeli teams that nobody plays in Hungary anymore. They are playing in Georgia.
Moldova.
Batumi, Moldova, Georgia.
I forgot which team, but I think some team played in Hungary, Israeli or Belarusian last week as well. Or
the Vitebsk.
The
Vitebsk, the first game.
Gergi, it was the great team of Neman Grodno that you.
Neman Grodno.
Yes, that's last season.
And they played with who? With Rayo Vallecano. Their first game. Rayo Vallecano just played in your next door, the future finalist.
And I couldn't go.
Yes,
because it's a closed stadium.
It's a closed game.
Orders.
You can go only as press, and it's very boring when you go as press.
If I look at the Conference League results, the most interesting one is that Andorra team beat the Estonian team 2-0, and the Andorra has actually even chance to qualify, if I'm not mistaken, here.
The Interescaldes. Yes. That could be interesting, but the thing is that could be that Flora Tallinn, when they play home and they are in the middle of season, they could do better. The thing that I wrote down on that was that basically the formation was with some injury and stuff. But if Andorra team goes, could be good, but there is a long way to get to the group.
Yes, still this game, next game is good.
Sheriff got beaten by St. Gallen. Not the best. Twente beat the Hungarian Dunaj Castreda 6-0. You can see there is no more money from Orban there. It's like that. Braga, Dinamo Minsk 1-0 on penalty, and they had 70-75 possession. That was one thing that I wanted to discuss with our favorite Portuguese, because he said that Braga is doing good this year.
Yes,
we will see. And Hibernian also here beat Scandia in the 93rd minute with an amazing goal. It looks like the same with Scottish team, attack, and then they don't manage like Hearts. The Rangers the same. Hibernian manage. Scandia, as my Macedonian friend said, they are competing much more this year because the rest of the Macedonian league didn't really spend much. So they will try to qualify. And the only thing is that, it's Macedonian team with Albanians. So it's not really well seen. But we can talk one time only about Macedonian football when I ever managed to put him in the podcast. It's a bit hard to convince. But we can end with the last game of the Tre Fiori against Drita. And on this, I can only say that the guy that made the first goal was the own goal. Matteo Prandelli, he was in his factory and then he went to play and he made his own goal. And that destroyed basically the dreams for the San Marino team after, I think, 4 minutes. Then, of course, the Drita, the one guy, I think Krasniki made triplet or hat-trick. And that's it. But we always hope that one San Marino team could do. This was, I would say, kind of possible, but they are not professionals. And maybe one day we will all go to watch one game together of San Marino. This can bring to one of the rules that we cannot do anymore, guys. One of our favorite club that we have been last year, Como, apart the Como Cup that you can talk, Como made the rule that if we are dressed like today, me with this, Gergo even worse, I think they will kick him out immediately, and you with your t-shirt, we cannot enter anymore in the stadium with that, because they made the rule, since the stadium cannot be enlarged much, there is a rule that you have to be only with Como colors. I think, for me, this is okay. If you are in the Ultras fan, in the Curva, okay, I understand there can be problems with police or internal problems. But, if you are in Tribuna, I don't think that the super VIP are going to dress...
Como against Inter and fly to Milano, drive to Como, and then what? I cannot get in unless I'm in blue and white, yellow, white? What do they do with my ticket?
Yes.
So Napoli shirt is good?
No. No, it's not. Not even
No.
a Ferencváros t-shirt is good. This is the thing, there is this rule that the owner put to have
Yes.
more selective for supporters. It's creating a bit, I would say, discussion in Italy
Yes.
that people is not happy. I understand if you're a Como fan and you don't want to see Gergo with the Inter t-shirt in your stadium. I get your point, but in my opinion, there should be the freedom not only to wear your colors in the away section, but even in, I don't know, the tribune or the opposite side. I think this is okay rule if you are in the hardcore fans. If you are in the hardcore section fans, I can even understand. I know because you have different opinions or you can agree with me, but this is the one discussion that is taking up in the news.
Where will Como play Champions League games? In their stadium or?
Yes, they
Yes?
made the new curva
Uh-huh.
in less than 2 months, faster than the Taranto Stadium, where Italy under 17 with the son of Buffon will play.
Yes. Oh.
Isn't that Czech Republic? Isn't that?
Yeah, exactly. But when you are under when you are under 17, you can like Costiason can decide all of the 17 countries to represent.
It's gonna be really hard.
It's so many possibilities.
All the federations will be competing.
Yes.
And whichever
I mean-
plays at the World Cup, you will choose it.
I'm pretty sure the Moroccan one will find some of
Yes,
Moroccan.
Of course, because little Al-Zagain has definitely.
Al-Zagain.
Yes, perfect.
We will create.
That was-
What do you think about the rule? Because for me, it's a bit.
You know what
It
comes
will
to my
affect
mind?
us.
I was at an Udinese Inter game in September of 2024, and there were more Inter fans there, obviously in Inter shirts, than Udinese fans. And all respect to Udinese, I know Udine is not a big city really, but I even managed to talk with them, and yes, they said it's typical at this time. So I guess without these fans, we could have had a half-empty stadium. Does it mean that? So that doesn't seem to serve any purpose. I agree with that in the ultra section, of course, that you shouldn't be wearing it, but it's kind of common sense unless you're a masochist or something and want to be beaten to go in someone else's shirt there. I don't know. I feel this is unnatural. Como should just focus on building that new stadium because we were there. I think it fits there. So
Yeah.
maybe, it's or maybe I just don't know enough about the background of all of this. But I believe yes, freedom of choosing my shirt, especially in Como, which doesn't have like traditional rivalries, I guess, should be allowed.
They are mostly against Swiss teams. So,
Yeah.
but I would say it's okay. But in my opinion, like they should think about it and maybe not allow this just for the ultra sector because I understand the stadium is small, but I don't know. I hope it will change. I hope it will change, and it's people like us that will go for a weekend and go to watch something, and then what? After I drive there, go there, it will happen like Brescia Stadium.
Yes.
We drive there, we arrive there, and then
And we know how it ends.
and then you know how Brescia ends, guys.
What's a Brescia?
Sorry. Ask Andre when he's there.
Um,
No, Kostya, what do you think?
about this, it's hard to believe that this is true. As I said, like how if I buy the ticket and then I want to get in, then I don't care about what I'm wearing. So, especially strange from Como, who is famous for again celebrities living there, and maybe they just made it so that Hugh Grant finally wears actually the Como scarf and the T-shirt and doesn't go in his tuxedo to these games all the time. Perhaps that's the reason. Or when George Clooney comes with his yacht and suddenly discovers the stadium that he actually needs to have some respect for the home team, right?
Yeah. No, but many games have happened like what Gergo said. Like I know for Sassuolo Napoli, if the half of the Napoli supporters don't go,
Yeah.
the stadium is empty. So there is, I understand they are getting more fans, but they have start to maybe it's something about rebranding or something.
Mhm.
I don't know, but I hope it will change so we can go to watch more Como games.
Yes.
Speaking of Italy, though, of course, we should mention one of the football legends who passed away recently.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
And all condolences. I actually saw him live this year in the Olympic opening ceremony.
Baresi?
Him and
He was
walking together with the Olympic flame, and he was still walking. Of course, we know his big brother played in Inter for a long time, so here's that respect for him. Mostly, I'm too young to have seen him in his prime, I would say, but of course, we respect one club man like him. I was wondering actually who was the real last one club man. Some people would say Totti, but I'm sure there's someone else. But anyway, respect to Franco Baresi.
Yes.
There are more for minor teams, I would say, of one club man, but yes, respect for Baresi. What Bergomi said in one recent interview, he was calling the Olympic moment game that, you are holding the flame, you and Franco Baresi, and he was just normal, sit there without pressure, just say, okay, when I will go, please come with me, and they were holding together. Like for him, it was like the most normal thing to do in the world. So I think we will always remember him as humble and respected by all the legends. To be honest, I know interviews of Maradona taking T-shirt of Milan with number 6 behind, and he says he's one of the few that I respect. Him and Lothar Matthäus. I don't know for what I remember that, but it was one of the legends of our game that we love, and yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching. I watched him when, for example, it was Milan against Barcelona, Prime Milan in '94. So I perfectly remember Baresi and Maldini, and obviously in Italy, '98. So have good memories of him playing as well. Yeah, rest in peace, Franco. Should we go to the transfer news then?
Transfer is the funny part. Let's start with the good Hungarian transfer of the week. Your national keeper, Gergo. Your national keeper. He is the news of. I would say it's the most news of Spanish news, not of Vinicius. I want to translate it good in English from Spanish. That was like, when you are with the top model, you don't go with the girl cooking in dinner, related to the transfer from Real Madrid to Arsenal. So that was the thing, and I don't think Vinicius is doing. But on the other hand, this is biggest transfer. I would say that Gulaci to Villarreal would be finally be buying him in fantasy football. Thanks.
I mean, how is he like 139 years old already?
Only 36, as I know. But by the way, he has retired from the national team already, like a year ago. So, but of course, one of the legends of both Leipzig. Why Villarreal? As far as I know, he will be a substitute keeper there as well, or get some games. By the way, I respect Villarreal a lot. I always liked them. Of course, a little down. Yes, it's basically almost the team of Castellón as well. But always great players. Love the stadium, the colorful vibes of how
yellow.
La Ceramica, right? Looks
yellow.
Yes, I wanted to say yellow. I don't know why I said that.
Because of the sponsor is Ceramica Stadium, because they have always a ceramic company as sponsor. Pamesa.
So yes, but
sponsor us. Pamesa sponsor
us. He is still one of the legends of the 2009 Under-20 Hungarian team, which got bronze at the World Cup, one of the last ever results and of the Hungarian team. So yes, that is probably the Hungarian transfer of the week.
Or Spanish transfer.
So
Yeah,
there are a
that's
lot of news about the goalkeepers, right? So somehow the
Yes.
goalkeepers like to choose fancy teams nowadays. So another pretty not so young goalkeeper, right?
Goalkeeper.
Who they
yes.
got in his place? The hero of the World Cup.
No,
Nyland.
they didn't, but no, I know that Vozinha got transferred, finally got approved to Colo-Colo. There was a small problem that, of course, because of, still Felipe is not here, but because of the 1 million names, he couldn't have Vozinha written. And the Chilean league made a special rule only for him to have the name behind. And if you find the videos online, it got delivered by, I think, parachute or something into the stadium. Before, and that was the paraglide. Yes, it was the official presentation of that, and a bit of a problem because the coach of Cape Verde got signed for Berkane in Morocco, and he was announcing everywhere in Arabic news that Vozinha will be the new keeper because Berkane is going for Champions League for Africa, and they were to have a great keeper to look for the title that is won by Al Ahly for the last 10 years. Other transfer funny news.
Once again, what's the story with T-shirt? What has happened? Why Colo-Colo couldn't register his name or what?
Oh, because his real name is not Vozinha on the.
So what? But in Latin America, everybody plays with Pele, Ronaldo.
But the rules of the league says that Vozinha is not in his documents. So they couldn't play with his. He couldn't play with his name. He has to play with his real name.
All right. Now even in Europe, I think many leagues you can play. You can put whatever you want. The tomato on your back.
You always need. I think you need special permissions for from the league. For example, there is, if you remember, another Inter story. Ivan Zamorano having the 8+1. And that was completely not allowed.
The story of that for young viewers who haven't followed on El Helicóptero, which was one of the nicknames for Zamorano, one of my favorite players of all time. Reason for me being an Inter fan is that in the first season, that R9, that's also known as Fat Ronaldo for those kids who don't know. Who wasn't that fat at the time. In his first season, he was not number 9 at Inter, but number 10. And it's only in the net because Zamorano was number 9. And in the next season, Ronaldo got number 9. And Zamorano liked the 9 so much that he didn't want to let it go. So he was actually 18, but he had a plus sign between the 1 and the 8 put there officially, just so he can be 9.
Yes.
And because of this, UEFA and FIFA banned every other sign or names that are not recognized of the official name rules. So you cannot have, for example, do you know that in many leagues number 88 is banned?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't know, but
I didn't know it's banned. Wow. But I mean,
but I hope 69 is not.
No, 69 no. It's banned if you write any practice with that number on the T-shirt. If you write something self-doing with that T-shirt, then yes. Other things, big transfer. I would say the transfer of the week. I would say the main of the season. It would be, and watch the video if you can, even if it's in Turkish. It's Salah at Trabzonspor. I think it's.
Didn't see that one coming.
I think this is the biggest one on the serious part. Yes, Mohamed Salah. Yeah. And even the video is actually nice. They're like, look, you feel like home, something like that. The grandmother cooking all the Turkish breakfast that I think it's called meleme. If write down, maybe it's wrong. But then, she doesn't give it to anyone of her family, but is waiting for Salah. That in the video speaks English, and that's okay. He could say like 2-3 Turkish words. I think he says it in the end, but I don't know. We didn't see that coming up with the million Turkish transfers that are happening. And this goes again on the right of the
I think
players.
There are many probably fake lists on the internet circulating about what kind of money and salary and extra taxis and beauty salon services for his wife he is getting, which I don't want to believe. Because obviously the real reason for him going there is, if I know correctly, if Trabzonspor go through to the next round in the Europa League and Ferencváros goes through, then he can have his childhood dream fulfilled and play against Ferencváros. And that was probably really the only plausible reason why someone would go to Trabzonspor. So well done, Salah, and I hope your dream comes true.
I think it's more like I think he still has the holidays from the World Cup, but as Felipe said, also you said also last time, many players are coming back earlier. I would say even De Bruyne made a great error against Celta Vigo yesterday with just coming back from World Cup, but it's okay. It's friendly game, so we don't talk about that. But yeah, if I think it can be a big impact for Trabzonspor trying to go in the big three, because they are always like the kind of outsider. And no, to be honest, not expected. Kosti?
Not expecting what? The Trabzonspor?
Yeah.
I mean,
not that Ferencváros play with Trabzonspor.
No. Look, I think it's gonna be again Galatasaray, Fenerbahçe. But honestly, the Turkish teams do so big transfers this year. It sounds very interesting. What's gonna happen, right? So Trabzonspor, even what Salah, Fenerbahçe, you just guys mentioned another big transfer. And now Beşiktaş, Leandro Trossard. They got goalkeeper from Stuttgart, Nubel. Obviously, Galatasaray has a lot of big players. So yeah, honestly, cannot make any forecast what's going to happen there. I mean, actually, Salah is that kind of player that can probably alone overbeat many others that I mentioned. So yeah, really good transfer for Trabzonspor, and I'm also super surprising that this has happened.
No, it can be like to finish Salah. It can be like in Egypt that the team plays for him. But, need also like quality player that, it's big difference from Liverpool, I would say. Maybe it's like as he was back in Roma or Fiorentina, that he was good winger, but we will see. There is big expectation. It will be interesting year. Other funny transfer market, the Team Payne, the New Zealand winger that nobody knew before the World Cup with the 2,000 followers, and now I think it's over 2-3 million, never beating Vozinha, of course. Yeah. He signed for Olimpia Asuncion. And at the first, yeah, exactly, Gergo's face. Exactly. Impressed. And wait, at the first game, without speaking a word of Spanish, first game from New Zealand, he moved to Paraguay. Great presentation. Watch it, because I think he also got something like, I would say Vozinha, but I would say less developed, because in Olimpia Asuncion there is even a legend like Roque Santa Cruz still playing there.
Yes.
And first game, he actually scored. So
nice.
At the World Cup, he didn't do anything. I would say it was just a hype on TikTok because of this Argentinian influencer. But maybe in South America, it would be strange that we hear about a New Zealand guy in South America. But we talk about minor football most of the time, so could be.
But since we are in South America, Paraguay, you guys did tease me about there is some story
yes.
in Uruguay. Can you tell me again, like really what has happened there?
I leave this honor to Gergo because it was amazing.
People search for it on Google if you can, or maybe we'll put it as part of our comments in the comment section, that there's a great video of Uruguayan football, probably minor league match where, as I believe I don't remember exactly how the ball goes out in the middle of the sideline.
The defender
kicks it out like it's being taught in any Vinnie Jones kind of school of football, and it flies out of the pitch, and there's a road. You can see it with I think 2-lane road or something, and it goes through it and causes a car accident right there. You think you have seen everything in football, but no, you haven't. So be sure to check this video.
Nice. Yeah, please put it in the comments, our dear fans.
It's very funny video. Like, you're just scrolling and it's like, oh, it's funny one. Back on like serious topics of this week, we could say that other two important leagues started. Portuguese league, we are trying to wait for Felipe, but maybe it will never happen.
Yeah.
But also Netherlands league started this week. It was not like many big results. I would say, what else I can ask you with this? There are the main three teams, PSV, Ajax, Feyenoord.
Anything to expect from, the second, so to say, tier, like Twente, Nijmegen.
Okay, let's say the first three. Let's say that, PSV is the clear favorite. They stronger the squad. They win last year 27 title. I would say Ajax is right behind with strengthening the team, but Ajax has told us that they can have a season, they can fight for relegation, like Legia Warsaw. So it can be that for Ajax, you never know. The good part would be that maybe there is something from Feyenoord, with the son of Van Bommel. That's for Gergo.
No, Van Persie, son of Shaquille Van Persie is playing.
Yeah, also. But there is also son of Van Bommel.
Oh, really? Okay.
And Bajkai Rajevic, that we saw, 1 of million Bosnian play. I think he didn't play, but it's one of the teams. So you would say better than me. So that could be the surprise. Chaser team, apart, I would say the surprise is NEC, that last year arrived third.
Yeah,
it's not doing good in the qualifications, but it's not a team that is used to play
against Olympiacos 0-0. I was really surprised, to be honest. But again,
but I don't think they are. Their goal is to improve, and if they will have the European competition, they will not do good in league. It's not a team that is used to, unless I don't know, they will spend millions to buy other player. As I saw, they bought Dusan Tadic. He's still alive. Yes. So they bought him again. They spend other players 12 million, 13 million. Yeah, can be good. It can be the surprise. I put it as the fourth force, because that's the rest, as you say, the dreamers of cups. Twente, yes, Utrecht, AZ, Alkmaar. No, I don't see much more that can be. Honestly, if the best what we always look is AZ Alkmaar with the youth academy.
Yes.
So if some of the youth academy goes, that can be good. That's it. Then the rest are all new promote team. The new one that I never heard was Telstar, and I find out
they played last season.
They played.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Isn't that the football brand from the 70s? The ball itself.
Exactly. That's what exactly. I had the same reaction. Like, what? What?
Yes. So I think.
No, what do you think?
What I think. No, I just saw that PSV played 2-2 with Sittard.
Exactly. With
Perisic scored. He's just the machine.
He's still alive.
Yes.
That's why I wanted my favorite Croatian here, because now the Croatian news will not be about Varaždin.
Yes.
Be about Dusan Tadic and Perisic still scoring there.
No, I wonder what, again, like you said, that I think PSV is predictable. But Ajax is interesting, right? They got Julian Brandt from Borussia Dortmund. Again, like he's still at his best age, so we'll see. And don't have much to add. We'll see in the first. Round.
After first round, the first in the league is Excelsior.
Yes,
so,
that's.
I was just wondering, as you mentioned, Julian Brandt, that. Is it he or De Catelare who will win the never look older than 12-year-old boy title in football because someone should check their passports every year or something.
You forgot
They're getting older.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, right? And
No.
Yes, him too. But
But you
no,
can
he
look-
was in The Lord of the Rings, as we know. So that's that can clarify things.
yes.
But for Gergo this year we can follow Twente because of Marco Piazza again, another, but because of Weghorst,
Yeah, our another favorite
but
player.
just-
Yes.
another very young player. Yeah, this was one of the in the transfer market that I forgot. But yes, it's Twente. I don't know. They don't do much for that. The rest of the team, I don't know. That is which one you think will go down? I think apart Kambur or as you say Telstar that I didn't hear
Half of
before.
the teams there are like
They're like
there are
they
like
go down.
still like Sparta Rotterdam or Go Ahead Eagles that played last season. in the Europa.
Go ahead, Eagles.
I accidentally scrolled some Netherlands leagues and then they really have funny names like in the
Yes.
first there was something like Go Boys and then there was Fly Birds and something like that. Like,
I think
that
not the only one with the weird name. Yes.
Of course, I
Third
think
division.
the worst thing that you can say, especially if you're like a priest and you love football, is that I'm a fan of young boys.
Yes.
Because if anyone asks you what kind of football club you love and someone doesn't know about football, this can certainly be a bad answer.
I'm a fan of young boys. No, in Switzerland league.
Are you a fan of young boys, Freddy?
More Lugano. But
Okay.
Paradiso.
more Lugano and Paradiso. That,
Yeah.
by the way, this week they didn't lose.
Yeah, nice.
They didn't lose because we always follow these small clubs where we have traveled. I can tell you, Taverne also didn't lose. The most expensive
leagues of Swiss
Yes.
championship because we visited in the mountains last year. But guys, I think let's do Portuguese league next week. Say Freddy, save it because we need to debate with Felipe. Absolutely, we cannot do it without him. Otherwise, if we do it,
without
comments and then we'll just spam our channel. But I'm gonna tell a few words about actually the best league in the world that has started as well, which is Bundesliga 2. Yeah, league. This is like I became fan of it a couple of years ago. First of all, the games are in the very nice time. On Saturday, 13 Central European time, or Sunday, quite convenient to watch during the lunch break on weekend. And this season, so it's gonna be very interesting because we have like several favorites in the that want to qualify. Another thing that is like special about Bundesliga 2 is that people joke like nobody wants to win it. If you follow it, whoever like climbs becomes the first play, they always lose. Yeah, as long as they go a little bit up and they make a bit of like a handicap, in front of other teams, 2-3 points, they always lose. So it's always like a bloodbath in the top. Like the once they climb, they go down. Then they climb again, they go down. So it's like last season was like I think 5 teams were until like last tour they had a chance to qualify. Then at the bottom there were like 8 teams that could go down. So it's super interesting all the time. That it's absolutely unpredictable. It's impossible to guess who the result. Like a nightmare for betting. Let's take an example. So this season we have Wolfsburg, like basically the Volkswagen concern sponsored team. Probably Volkswagen is not doing good right now, obviously due to certain economical reasons as it used before, but still it's pretty rich club. Went down. Played.
So it's the team to catch. Wolfsburg.
Yes. And by the way, I'm recording this podcast from being here in the beautiful region of Harz in Germany, just south of this. Imagine living here, you have so many clubs around you. So Wolfsburg just played 0-0 with Kaiserslautern, another famous team. Another team that I believe that actually has a good chance to go up is Hanover. They lost to the Energie Cottbus. It's like it's the new team in the Bundesliga 2. They came
So
from.
which ones are the chaser? Hanover?
I think
you
Hanover,
say.
Wolfsburg, obviously St. Pauli that just went down.
I'd
has
say
a good-
Wolfsburg the favorite. Let's say
yeah,
Wolfsburg the favorite. Like
I think Nuremberg, you know who is the coach of Nuremberg? Is Klose, Miroslav Klose,
Klose.
or several years. So
Gergo's face says everything.
and
Yeah.
then I mean Bochum is like just 2 years ago been in the Bundesliga, beaten Bavaria.
So Chaser.
I think in terms of favorites, probably Wolfsburg and Hertha, and then chasers are Hanover, Nuremberg, Bochum, St. Pauli.
What do you think? I see the logos. Heidenheim. Heidenheim were in Bundesliga last year.
Exactly. Yeah. I think they're not so rich, but yeah, because they have definitely an experience. And now in Bundesliga we have another village miracle, which is Elversberg from Saarland, from here. Is going to be playing in Bundesliga. So I think Darmstadt also had a good chance last year, and now will be definitely a chaser. Holstein Kiel played as well 2 years ago in Bundesliga. Didn't do well last season, but this year they won. Already, they played against Darmstadt basically away, and they were winning 2-0, but then it became 2-2. But one of our favorite teams, obviously, mine and Freddy's, is Dynamo Dresden. It's always
Dynamo Dresden. Yes.
It's like has the most passion fans. Like every away game, there's half of the stadium is yellow. We also checked tickets when obviously I live in Berlin. He lives in Prague, so Dresden is between. But it was like 200 euros to just buy the
Go Gergo.
via GoGo, and obviously it's really hard to buy.
Como was cheaper. Imagine Como rule. You arrive and
yeah.
200 euros.
One team is the of chasers, Armenia, and it's joke in Germany. It's like from the city that doesn't exist. Bielefeld, nobody been there ever, but it still has a team. Yes.
So we have to go.
Yes.
No?
Yes, Gergo.
From a Hungarian point of view, Energi, which many people may remember was a Bundesliga team at the end of the 90s, early 2000s, is really important because they had 3 or even 4 Hungarian players at the same time in the Bundesliga at that time, I remember, including Hungarian football legend Vasile Miriuța, a very Hungarian name, but of course he's from Romania originally. And of course, we all remember when Kaiserslautern were champions, and they also had a Hungarian player in the Champions League quarterfinal against Bayern. I remember in '99, János Hrutka, who made himself legend by starting in the first game of the quarterfinal and getting 2 yellow cards within 8 minutes as center of the defense, which actually hurt Kaiserslautern's chances really badly because I think the result was really bad after 0-4-6, something like that. So these are the ideas that come to my mind. And I also want to say forever shout out to FC St. Pauli, because in my opinion, the only team that I know that has the color brown in the world of football. And obviously because it's connected to a certain thing that comes out of people. Usually I think that's not why any team uses brown, so excrement is the color that I'm referring to. But really, I think that's the reason. Why don't we have any brown anywhere? Not in flags, not in teams.
Don't make me do a podcast episode with all the teams that are brown t-shirt. I think then I will find it. We can. I think it's a topic we can do. That.
Oh, there are.
Please,
but there are only Sunday league teams like that, no?
Gergo, how come you didn't mention the great Hungarian club of Hertha?
Yes, of course. Well, Hertha's becoming less Hungarian now. The Dardai reign is not as strong now as it used to be. I think one of his, or still 2 of his sons of Dardai Pardadei are still playing there, but he is not even at Hertha anymore, the father legend. He's at Újpest in the sports director's position in the Hungarian championship. But yes, of course, he achieved the great record. And Király Gábor, the goalkeeper that many people know with the sweatbands, also used to be the goalkeeper in the Champions League for Hertha. Good times for Hungarian football again, but yes, Dardai, the coach of 3 of his kids in the same team, is certainly a Hertha legend. A lot of Hungarian connections here as well.
So just to close this topic, I want to say that I had the pleasure to attend one of the games. This opening match day was in Magdeburg against Braunschweig, and it was total disaster for Magdeburg. 0-4 after the first half, and 1-6 in total. But anyway, as I said, I really enjoyed second Bundesliga. The atmosphere was absolutely great. These clubs are actually friends, so there were a lot of also yellow people, supporters of Braunschweig, who is in here. And my dream would be to spend one weekend just going to stadiums over here, or maybe 2 weekends. So but that was about the second Bundesliga. We'll also mention it obviously in our podcast because there are going to be a lot of surprises. But I think let's move to another topic.
Who you think, just on a question, who you think are the teams that are going for relegation?
Really hard to say, man. Really, as I said, it's
Really?
it's absolutely inefficient to make
Mess.
any forecast here. I mean, probably Energy is obviously the maybe in terms of the squad the cheapest, but they kicked ass of Hanover, for example. Another
Okay, so
the game went up. So but also played.
what about the Magdeburg that you saw the game there?
Could be, but as well, last season they did the same very shitty. And then in the end,
But your game was 1-6, right? Or 3-6?
Yes,
Exactly.
So
So
I checked the squad. Maybe 9 out of 11 players were new. They clearly didn't know each other. For example, there was a defender. I checked his name was half Mexican, half something with Irish passport. Used to play in Netherlands. That's the most globalistic profile I've ever
After
seen.
you.
After me, of course, yes, obviously. But I focus on one continent, and it's northern eastern part, just. But Freddy, I don't know why we didn't mention during the transfer league Chelsea. What's going on there? Please.
Too many things. Because I was now trying to find out the brown shirts colors.
Leave it for the next.
Next one. But you will be surprised how many they are.
Boom.
7. Anyway, the Chelsea transfer. As we talked, I think, in the last podcast, Felipe was mentioning mostly what's going on with Chelsea. And you guys know that the recent transfer that they have made is a return of an amazing taxi driver.
Who?
The Uber driver.
Oh yes.
Come on, Gergo. You know.
It's your compadre.
Yeah, come on, Kostya.
Mudryk. Okay.
Yeah.
But I didn't know the story about Uber driving. Sorry.
Maybe that's a legend.
You don't know that?
Yeah.
No. They were showing some screenshots and stuff with that, and I know that is like that. I'm trying to find the good one from Transfermarkt. Mm-hmm. That Chelsea has to do the big clear out. Oh yeah,
By the way,
so basically, they just have.
We're also going to share the comments. We're also going to share in the comments that I saw a picture of typical when fans flood the match after a match, and there are hundreds of fans on a pitch, and it said Chelsea's first training day of the season.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Yeah, they are just buying. So what is it things out of control for Xabi Alonso, or what's going on? He's a decent guy. What?
He's the best. I would say he's the best passer of all the team at the moment. There are video rounds that basically, if you see the midfielders, I would say apart Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer, all the rest are not able to make a pass. And then in the training, he's doing perfect pass, 50 yards, and the guy, I don't remember exactly, it was some attacker, was not able to stop. So this is the list, and you can see what it's rumored to be transferred. And you see your favorite player here? Yes. So to get on loan, most probably for Millwall, another amazing club. Yes. So that not ideal, but I think it respects the character of the person.
Exactly.
For me, what you would keep here, Cucurella is out. Chalobah is rumored to be sold. Fofana also.
is
He's
like-
sold.
Nicolas
Chalobah is
Jackson.
officially sold to Como.
Sold? Okay, good.
Como? What? Like
Yeah.
Chalobah is the guy that they just cannot get rid of. Like he's. But okay.
Now it seems they could. So
Interesting.
Nicolas Jackson also to be sold. There is but then you keep buying players, There is like
Yes,
Welbeck. Did
Five.
really Danny Welbeck?
Stat 5.
Welbeck and Henderson. It's
Seventeen
gray is
years
the
old
new
guy.
color of success.
He's like the wunderkind, right? And even last year when Kairat played in Champions League, he wasn't playing that much because he's just
Yeah,
young.
Satpire is I don't know. It's like what the hell is he doing there? But
Yeah.
Henderson is quite strange.
which one?
Yes.
Henderson having joined Chelsea.
Oh yeah, Jordan
Liverpool
Henderson.
legend.
I don't know. The only thing that I remember from him in the World Cup is that he break his arm for celebration. It's not that for what you remember. I don't know. Like that maybe they need, in my opinion, let's start with getting rid of keepers.
Exactly. Yeah,
The
you got
attack.
play and then the rest.
This column is.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if I think what was Felipe was very against last week. What the hell is happening? I'm like, this is what it is. This is 51 players now, but I know that they're buying even more.
Yeah, it was
And
42
on
last
this-
week. I remember when we discussed. Now it's 51. Great.
Now it's 51, but how there is no financial fair play on this? How there is no rules? How this just
Yeah.
goes out? And yes, I know that people told me mindful with the hands, but oh,
No,
More.
you're Italian. Come on.
what the- No, because Napoli, for example, last winter transfer, we couldn't buy any players because we went 10 million over the financial fair play. And then Conte couldn't get his 3, 4, 15 players, and he had to get only somebody on loan. But then, by the way, the guy on loan we bought is Alisson Santos. So thanks, Felipe, again. Sporting and Porto always good, but
As in certain eastern parts of Europe, as we used to say, that in communism everybody is equal, but certain people are more equal. It seems that PSG and Manchester City and other clubs also seem to always fit the more equal part regarding the FIFA fair play. I mean, it's a shame, to be honest.
Yeah. Guys, do you have
no, it's
topics to cover?
if you were I can throw you the brown club shirts, but we can leave it for next time, so I'm more prepared.
Yes.
But yes, there are clubs. Yes.
Mention one.
Yes.
One more.
One more than San Pauli? What do you
Yes.
want? European or?
Any.
Burkina Faso, if possible.
Okay, so there is club in Ethiopia that is called Sidama Coffee FC,
Oh, makes sense.
and it's brown.
Okay. Well,
Was
you had
probably-
okay, Freddy, you had to dig really, really, really deep in order to find. So I think Gergo was not wrong.
But if you
Alright.
want if you want European ones, I don't know. There is a Polish one, Garbania Krakow,
Another
brown
different-
shirt.
That's another. You dig very deep, like in the fourth. league.
Norwegian one called Mjøndalen.
Man,
Never
not
heard,
again,
and-
not the main division team. Yes,
No, and Club Atlético Platense in Argentina,
perfect. Like
and some Saudi Al Jabal, something like
okay,
that. But not many ones. Let's
No.
say we can go more and more. But you ask Burkina Faso. That, by the way, for that commenter, when Burkina Faso League starts next month, we will cover one game. I will try to find the only way how to watch it. I managed to watch Greenland League. Come on.
yes,
Burkina Faso,
Greenland
it's-
review was the best, Freddy. Thank you.
It's
And
something
next-
that we can do.
This week, actually, so yeah, again, we have the Champions League, we have Europa League, so very interesting teams. So like
And I think
I have their own team in the main division of Conference League. How will Olympiacos, Lyon, Bodø, Glimt qualify to the Champions League? We have again second tours and many championships, and we'll cover Portuguese League next time. So
yes, next time. And
I think
I can tell you more. Yeah, that
guys?
was it. Yeah, we didn't cover Belgium League that started this week also, but it's fine. The FIFA new elections, but Felipe was very promoting of this topic. And
Let him talk next week. Half
next
an hour
talk?
Portuguese League elections.
Yeah, we should talk 1 hour of Portuguese League. Oh,
Yes.
and let's say that officially, as you say, the season by the big 5 championship should start next week, but it starts also with the UEFA Super Cup.
True. Yes.
That is a big, I would say, it's the most, I would say, important game of the first season to start. That is PSG with Aston Villa.
Pretty
Played in Salzburg. I don't know why. Pretty small stadium for that. But pretty interesting game, I would say.
Yeah, very interesting. What's gonna be Unai Emery is preparing for the next season. Aston Villa also did, I think, really good transfers. So yeah, we'll see and we'll discuss next week. So that was it. Good night, and put like, subscribe to us so that you never miss the next hydration break. See you next time.
Until then.
Hydration break.